What if I told you that one 30-minute Zoom call could generate 6 months of content, 3 new service offerings, and become your best sales training material ever? Most people record calls and let them sit in a folder forever. I'm about to show you how one perfect conversation with a client became the foundation of a $1 million content engine that works 24/7. This isn't about recording more calls, it's about extracting psychological gold from the conversations you're already having. Here's what most entrepreneurs get wrong about content creation. We think we need to sit down with a blank screen and create something from nothing. We burn out writing blog posts, struggle with video scripts, and wonder why our content doesn't convert. Meanwhile, we're having incredible conversations every single day with prospects and clients. Conversations full of pain points, breakthroughs, objections, and solutions. The content is already there, we're just not harvesting it. The content creation industry has convinced us that we need to be creative geniuses, when really we need to be smart farmers who know how to extract value from what's already growing. The breakthrough isn't in creating more content, it's in multiplying the perfect content you've already created. Every sales call contains psychological patterns, emotional triggers, and solution frameworks that took you years to develop. When you feed that conversation to AI with the right prompts, you're not just getting transcription, you're getting pattern recognition that can identify what made that call magical and replicate it across every piece of content you create. This is how you scale your best insights without burning out or losing your authentic voice.
All right, so for entrepreneurs and service providers and people who are doing sales, there's just so much information that's happening in a conversation that the human brain isn't picking up. I think the human brain, the National Science Foundation found that like 80% of our thoughts are negative, 95% of our thoughts are repetitive. We're absorbing about 5 to 15% of what's happening in natural conversation, 20% of what's happening in video and audio. And so this system here is meant to capture your recordings, your sales calls, and extract insights from them. You can use softwares like TLDV is what I use. Otter, Fireflies, that's by Adobe. Fathom was first to come out. Fathom was great. But what's happening is whenever I have a sales call, whether that's in Google Meets or Zoom, it's automatically getting sent. The data is getting passed over to like a Notion. I like to use Notion, or you can use an Airtable, and we're capturing the transcript. You know, the transcripts are just like gold now in the AI age. I'm sending those transcripts into an AI agent to process those transcripts, and I'm extracting some very specific psychological insights. So this is where applied psychology comes in, right? Looking at, you know, the mind states and the fears, desires, pain points, objections, questions that your prospects are having when it comes to listening to your pitch, listening to your product or your service. And so all this from the AI agent, this actually becomes a PDF file or a data that is getting ingested into the next step in our system. But basically, the data that you're extracting from your transcripts is all editable, it's customizable, it's based on your industry, it's based on what you're actually looking for and how you're going to use that data, the important things that you look for, right, from your own experience and expertise. And those insights are getting pushed into a knowledge base, into a retrieval augmented generation or a custom GPT knowledge base. You can use Claude for custom human in the loop GPTs, or you can use AI agents and Supabase or Pinecone vector stores for completely autonomous RAG. So I'm going to get into all the use cases for that knowledge base, but right now I just wanted to share kind of the 2 steps, right? Is where we're recording all of our meetings with AI, and then we're processing those meetings with custom AI. I know a lot of those softwares have like their custom AI notes and things like this, but we're looking for specifics based on sales, right? Based on the questions, the objections, the desires, the pain points, and we can do different things from that custom data that we're processing from our own business.
Let me show you exactly what happened. I had this one call with a client named Sarah who was struggling with her agency's lead qualification process. During our conversation, she revealed 3 specific pain points, asked 2 powerful questions I'd never heard before, and had this moment where everything clicked. Instead of filing it away, I ran the entire transcript through my extraction system. The AI identified 4 psychological frameworks I was using unconsciously, 3 objection handling patterns that consistently worked, and 5 emotional triggers that moved prospects from skeptical to excited. From that single conversation, I generated 47 pieces of content over 6 months. Blog posts that ranked on page 1, social content that went viral, and email sequences that converted at 23%.
The idea with this is I wanted to go from content to close. I wanted to put out a piece of content on the internet, attract the right person, give them value, give them quick wins, and then ultimately earn their business, right? Through just clear communication, right? We talk about how AI is a lot of education-based, a lot of communication-based, research-based, and there's a huge knowledge gap to overcome within AI. So the AI business model itself, a lot of it's education. But anyways, the main thing I want you to look at here is the transcripts. Transcripts can be derived from all kinds of different UI. It can be derived from calls from your AI caller. It can be derived from actual closing calls. It can be derived from triage calls. It can be derived from chat user interfaces. So transcripts is the biggest thing I want you to look at here. It's the best source of data, in my opinion, for training your personal AI or your AI sales system. Obviously, we already walked through, recording your sales calls, the AI agent processing, extracting insights, and then that being uploaded into knowledge base. So now I want to show you what the different applications of the knowledge base, what that is. There's a lot of different applications. I want to show you specifically content creation agents, how we can create AI agents that are attached to your knowledge base that have access to the data from all the transcripts and customer communications and all the insights that are being extracted. And those AI agents can create articles, blog posts, short scripts, long form scripts, and actually generate the long form videos, the short videos with AI avatars. And your content creation then can become automated on a daily or weekly basis based on real customer interactions, the real fears, the real pain points, the real solutions you offer, answering their exact questions. And so your content becomes very conversion oriented instead of viral oriented, meaning it's speaking to the exact people with the exact questions that they're going to have. So your content gets more dialed in, it gets more focused, it becomes more relevant. And there's a lot of other applications, right, for the knowledge base. The knowledge base also supplies your AI sales agents with the FAQs and objections that come up in natural conversation. It supplies your customer service agents and your website chatbot. It supplies you with insights on product development. What are the problems that your customers are facing? How can you develop new solutions and products? And also for company training, your own employees can get access to the knowledge base through their own UI, begin to ask questions and learn, right, in terms of training and onboarding. And then also copywriting, right? If just general copywriting done from insights extracted from natural sales calls will help your advertising, your emails, your newsletters, any kind of marketing that you're doing. And this can all be automated on a daily basis where you're constantly putting out content and content is solved. Your digital communication is solved from this process. So your knowledge base actually fuels a lot of these different agents. And by the way, this system sells for anywhere from $25,000 to $250,000 because it's a full loop. It's generating the content, which brings people into the sales call, which generates more content. And it just continues to generate relevant content that generates you more and more sales, and your offer gets lasered in.
Here's how this changes everything for your business. First, you stop creating content from scratch and start mining the conversations you're already having. Every sales call becomes research. Every client breakthrough becomes case study material. Every objection you handle becomes content that addresses that same concern for thousands of other prospects. Second, you develop a content multiplication system that works while you sleep. Upload a recording, and your AI extracts the psychological patterns, creates multiple formats, and even schedules the publishing. Third, you build a knowledge base of your best insights that gets smarter with every conversation. Your content quality actually improves over time because your AI is learning what works. So, here's my question for you. What's the best conversation you've had with a prospect or client in the last month? The one where everything just clicked? I guarantee there's enough content gold in that single conversation to fuel your marketing for the next quarter. If you want to see exactly how I built this conversation to content system, I'm showing the complete technical breakdown in my AI labs. The link is in the description, and I walk through every node, every prompt, and every integration. Don't let another perfect conversation disappear into your call history. Start harvesting the content that's already there